Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm finally going to be doing my very first story time video. So this actually happened to me months ago and I'm barely now coming out with this video, but better late than never, right? Right. I'm actually going to be telling the story of the one time that I got kicked out of an Uber driver in Compton. I was lost. I was scared for my life. It was too fucking much for me at that time, but yeah, without further ado, let's get started. This story starts off with my family was going to go to a wedding, and I had just gone home from work. They weren't home. My older brother was home. I asked him, are you gonna go to the wedding? I just got home from work, let me shower and let's go. He's like, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna be taking my girlfriend. I'm gonna go pick her up later. And I was like, he takes forever to get ready, he's gonna go pick her up, like I don't have time for that, like I'm hungry. The reason why I wanted to leave, fucking being a fat ass as usual, the reason why I wanted to leave soon was because the food ended at a certain time. I had like an hour left to get there. So I was like, bitch, I'm not gonna, then there was no food at home. So I was like, I am not gonna starve myself. Like, I'm tired, I wanna eat. So I get ready, I take a shower, I call my mom and I text her. I was like, can you send me the address? I'm just gonna take an Uber. And she was like, yeah, fine. So she sends me the picture of the invitation because they had the invitation with them. And I had the address and I had taken Uber before. So I was like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's just, they're gonna take me, drop me off. It's fine, whatever. So I called them and I was like, this is the direction, right? And the food ends at this time. Obviously concerned about the food because I'm a fat ass. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And then my mom was like, how much is the Uber gonna cost you? Like, concerned all of a sudden. And I was like $16, $20. And she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I asked why. I texted her like, oh, why do you ask? Like, did you want to pay for it? She's like, oh no, I was just wondering. And I'm like, she then not only did she text me, but she called me. She's like, so how much is it gonna be? And I'm like, why are you, like, she's making a big deal about how much it was costing, but she wasn't gonna pay for it. So I'm like, why is this being such a big deal right now? So I was like already getting annoyed because she wouldn't stop like nagging at me. I call my Uber driver. It's this guy, this older guy. He's like, maybe, from looking at the picture, I'm like, he's like probably like 40, 50. So whatever, that's gonna come in handy. So remember that. I was ready to go. I'm waiting. The Uber driver is like 2 seconds. He's like at the very, how do I say this? He's like 3, 4, 5 houses, 3, 4, 5. He's like 4 houses away from picking me up. Like I'm looking at my phone and it says arriving soon. And then my brother comes out, he's like, oh yeah, you wanna go? I'm ready to go. I'm like, ready to go? You just said you were gonna wait for your girlfriend. Like, he had said, I'm gonna wait for her to get out of work, so I'm gonna pick her up later. And now he's telling me he's ready to go? So I was like, bitch, like, you just made me waste $20. I was not gonna cancel because then they charge you to cancel it after 5 minutes. I was like, it's too late, my Uber driver's here. He's like, whatever, if you want to pay. And I was like, well, bitch, like, I'm not gonna cancel it. So I go and I step outside. Keep in mind, this is a wedding, so I'm dressed a bit, like, I'm dressed up. And I get to the car and the guy's like, oh, you're fancy, huh? And I was like, and he said it weird. He was like, you're fancy, huh? And I was like, oh, haha, I am going to a wedding. He's like, party, dance, dance. And I was like, in my head, I was like, no. But I was like, oh yeah, it's a party. He's like, okay. So we start driving and he's like, it's in Compton. And he makes his face exactly like that. He's like, it's in Compton? And this bitch is like, was scared. Low-key me too. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's in Compton, so it's not that far, like, whatever. He's like, oh, okay. So he starts driving. He asked me if I want to listen to music, and I'm like, oh, sure, whatever, it's fine. He put hip-hop on, and he was like, never mind. And he puts it to, like, fucking country or something. I'm like, this bitch, like, what the fuck is this problem? So we're driving. I'm, like, on my phone, avoiding talking to him because I don't want to talk to him. I'm, like, kind of in a bad mood because I didn't want to take it because I wasted my money, and then my brother and then my mom, like, so I was kind of annoyed. So I'm just on my phone on Instagram looking at people's pictures, and then he's like, so are you excited for the party? And I'm like, yeah, like, it's like whatever. He's like, oh, who is it? Is it family? I'm like, it's like my dad's cousin. Like, I don't even, honestly, like, I don't really even know those people. I was like, oh yeah, it's my dad's cousin. It's a wedding. It's gonna be fun. He's like, oh, I hope to find you dance. And I was like, shut, like, this guy was a fucking weirdo. Like, oh, I don't know, he was giving me creepy vibes. And I don't know how to drive, so I couldn't, like, get out. I don't have a car. Like, I couldn't do anything. I just had to stay in that Uber and just get there. I was like, just get me there. Like, that's all I want. Just get me there. So we're getting closer and we, like, arrive in Compton. And we're, like, maybe 5-7 minutes away from my destination. And my mom calls me and she's like, "Ya mero llegas?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm like 5 minutes away. Like, I'll be there soon." She's like, "Okay, call me when you're outside so we can let you in," or like whatever. We're getting really close. At this point, we're like 2 seconds away. That I see, when I see it's like on your phone, it tells you like arriving soon, and it even on the phone that he's using, the GPS, it was like arriving soon. Keep in mind, I was looking around. I was like, where the fuck are we? I was like, one, I don't think I've ever been to Compton. Like, I don't know I'm not familiar with the area. So I'm like, what the hell is this? I look around and there's like mattress factories and like like just a bunch of factories. I'm like, what the hell is this? I was like, there's no hall, there's no venue here. Like, what the fuck is this party? So I called my mom and I'm like, is this the right location? Like, I put it in. They're like, and they get mad at me. They're like, well, we sent you the picture. Did you put it in right? Like, maybe you put it in wrong. Now your Uber driver's it's gonna cost you more to tell them to take you to the right place. Like, they were nagging at me. I was like, yes, I put it in, and I sent them the message. Like, I sent them a text of what I had put in the Uber, in the directions for the Uber to take me or whatever. And they're like, yeah, that's it. You should get there. So like, they're like, oh, you'll get there soon. They hang up, and it's like now we're like 2 feet away, and it says arriving at destination. Like, you're gonna get dropped off here. We're in the middle of the street. There's nothing around us. There's like fucking train tracks like down the road, like a couple of 100 feet or some shit like that. I don't know. But I'm like, and he looks at me like he's already sketched out because he was scared about the music. He was scared that we're in Compton. Like, this guy wanted to just fucking leave me there and book it. So we get there and he's like, arriving at destination. And we're in the middle of the street at this. Like, there's no cars around us. We're in the middle of the street. And he turns around and he's like, this is your location. And I'm like, actually, I don't think so. Would you? Because there was a gasoline station like a couple of streets down. So it was like 3-4 streets down. I'm like, can you just go there and we stop for a second? And he like gets mad. He doesn't take anything. He turns the car around and he takes me to the gasoline station. And he's like, oh, well, this is close to it, so you can get out now. And I'm like, yeah, one sec. At this point, I'm panicking. I'm like, this guy wants me to get out. Like, he's already sketched out. He doesn't want me in this car. I'm sketched out because I'm like, there's fucking crazy people. So I call him like, this guy is trying to leave me here. I call my brother and he's like, well, what do you want me to do? At this point, what pisses me off is that they're all at the party and they're not like, I don't know, they're not being, I'm like, I'm lost here and you guys are fucking partying it up, dancing the night away while I'm getting like, it was too much. So they're like, yeah, if you put the right direction, then you should be there. Like, they're giving me attitude. Then I'm like, help me instead of making the situation worse. So I like, the guy was like, he turned around one more time. I like ended the call and he's like, you can get out now. And he just kept saying it in this weird fucking tone. Like, he would turn and be like, you can get out now. This is your destination. We're here. And I'm like, well, fuck this. If I don't get killed because someone shoots me or something, like, this fucker's gonna like, no, it was too much. So I was like, thank you. And I got out and then it was an AM PM. So I'm standing outside of it. And I think I put something on Snapchat. So I'll try to put those clips in there if I still have them.
So my Uber driver just fucking kicked me out, basically. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. Bitch.
As soon as he left, as soon as I like walk a couple steps, this guy drives away fast. And then I'm like, oh, well, let me just get into another Uber. I try calling it. No one is around. No one is trying to take rides. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And then like across to this lady like talking to herself like in a soccer chair, just like, I don't know, this chair that you take to the park. And she's like she's yelling. So I'm like, oh my god, there's like, I'm lost. There's this psycho lady like right there. I was like, what do I do? I go inside the AM PM. The guy's giving me mean looks. Like, he was probably thinking like, bitch, if you're not gonna buy anything, I need you to get the fuck out. So I walk out. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, just, I want to get home. I want to get home. I want to get home. So I call my brother and they're like, well, where are you? That's not the place. And I'm like, you don't think I fucking know that? Like, where are you guys? Come pick me up. And they're like, well, what streets are you on? And it's night as fuck. So I started walking a little bit and I was like, I'm on this and this. Like, it's by a gas station. And then they look it up. They're like, you're nowhere near us. And I'm like, you know where I'm at? And they're like, wait, no, we don't. Like, it was just, no one knew what the fuck they were doing. Everything was just, it was just a hot mess. So then they like walk towards this street. And I'm like they said the name, I don't remember the name of the street, but they're like, walk towards that street. So I'm like, okay, I look it up and I'm going towards that street. I kid you not, I walked for maybe like half an hour. It was just so exhausting. I am like And like just stupid shit kept happening. I stop at the light, and then my dad calls me. ¿Estás bien? ¿Dónde estás? What's going on? Where are you? Asking all these questions. And then there's loud ass music in the background. So I'm like, oh, like they're gonna come look for me. I'm walking down this street. And he's like, what? And he's shouting over the phone. So he's like, never mind. I'll talk to you later. So he hangs up on me. And I'm like, what? I'm lost. Come find me. I keep walking. I end up at the train tracks that I said about earlier.
So I already called my family. I sent them my location. They're still trying to fucking find me. And, you know, just a train track, you know. I don't think this is where the party's at.
I wait at the train tracks for like 10 minutes. They're like, we can't find you. We don't know where you're at. Go back to the fucking AM PM. So I go back to the gas station and they're like, tell me the street names, which I had already told them before, which I like, it was just a big fucking mess. So I'm like, I'm on this street and this street, and they're like, you're nowhere near the party. The party's like 4 or 5 miles away. And I'm like, what? I was like, well, if you guys know where I'm at, just come and pick me up. So then what happened? I don't even fucking remember. They like came after like 20 minutes of driving around or something. They come and pick me up. It was just too fucking much. By the time I got there, they weren't even fucking serving food anymore. Like, it was a waste of time. I wasted my money. I didn't get fed. I barely knew any people at the party. Like, it was a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. And I was like, only something fucking stupid like this would happen to me. Just my fucking luck. And in the end, I was just mad because I didn't get fed. I was like, I'm hungry as shit. Somebody feed me. And then on top of that, I like tried getting my money back. Like when you put a complaint in for like rude or terrible customer service, they're like, we'll get back to you. They got back to me. They gave me back like 50 cents. 50 cents of my ride. They gave me back. Keep in mind, I said this shit was like $16, $20. These people gave me back 50 cents for my ride. What is that gonna help me with? I can't even buy a bag of chips with 50 cents. But 50 cents. 50 cents. That fucking Uber driver is probably still roaming the streets being an Uber driver. With my luck, I'll probably fucking get him next time again. So that's it for this video. I know I'm heated, I'm hot, I'm mad. But that was my first story time. Hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully you guys took pleasure in my misery. But no, it was a terrible night for me. Once again, I have shitty luck. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, bye. How do I pause?